Okay.
Stay out of trouble and you won't get
Oh,
hurt.
jeez. Okay. Thanks, Imperial Archer. Anything else over here? You gotta love that they got an Imperial Archer up here when ain't no way in hell Morrowind-ass AI is gonna figure out how to shoot you from on those battlements. Ain't no way in hell anybody in Morrowind is gonna be able to make that shot. They're gonna be like, they'll draw their bowstring and stuff, but they're gonna be like, they're gonna be like this. they're just gonna be running back and forth like this, trying to make the shot. When we had last left the prisoner bound by prophecy, they had returned from their harrowing journey into the darkened cave and passages of Ilunibi, just outside of Narmak, where they had caught Corprus, and they had a wild conversation with Dagoth Garrus, who was sounding pretty wild. There was a shirtless man there too, who had a forbidding message of things to come of Dagoth. Also, while in that area, they were perturbed by the presence of two breeding Netch, the mighty horny Netch, and they went over and slew them, and the people of Narmak rejoiced. And so they returned back to Balmora, back to Caius Cussidus, where they were told, oh shit, better get cured of Corprus or you're fucked. And so they decided, good idea, Caius. Now it was time to head out to the Super Corprusarium and seek out the Ultra Wizard Divayth Fyr in search, in hope of a cure for the divine disease. This is the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. This is Morrowind Mondays. Welcome back! Boop. There we go. Let's also pin our map up here in the top left. As you can see, I've done a little minute amount of inventory management, but more importantly, guess whose house this is? That's right, it's Fast Eddie's fucking house. A house that I had no idea really even existed out here. Let's go inside and speak with Fast Eddie. Let me do a quick save. Let's see here. And also, you'll have to excuse me. Perhaps during this video, I may have to pause several times to take a drink of water. And that is because my girlfriend made some amazing black cherry Kool-Aid, and I drank some. As it turns out, that was a really bad idea, because this is going to be a little gross, but it has acted as some sort of thickening agent, and the saliva inside of my mouth is significantly thicker than normal, and it's going to be weird to talk, maybe. I don't know. Look, we've gotten through Morrowind Mondays with way worse conditions than this. This is just an odd one. All right, let's... Fast Eddie.
Find someone else to bother.
Ed Fast Eddie the man, or Thaman. What's up, Ed?
You've got corpus disease, Outlander. That's a death sentence. It can't get cured. Get away from me. Far away.
Let's see, what's your background?
I ask myself, do I like you enough to tell you about this?
How about Balmora?
I'm just waiting here in Balmora until things cool off a bit in House Telvanni.
Maybe I should get you out of here. What is even the rule of that? Like, I guess there's no rule against being a member of a rival house and taking up, I don't know, a house, taking up occupancy inside of another great house's place. I guess there's no rule against that. I mean, I would probably be a little scared since, you know, we live in this... Morrowind is a world... Some would say it's a world of assassination, right? And you never know, one day you're in Great House Telvanni, hanging out in Balmora, waiting for things to cool off, and suddenly one day, fucking, I don't know, John Wick knocks down your door and fucking annihilates you and just rocks your entire world in a bad way. And you never know when that's going to happen in Morrowind land. It's not a pleasant thing, but that's probably why, like, it's got to be pretty bad. What has happened in House Telvanni? I wonder if there was a killing. Because just as well. You know what? I guess if you're in House Telvanni, you're used to that, right? Because they're very much might makes right. You know, if you don't like someone, just kill them. Just kill them. Just take them out and take their place. You get their power. They didn't deserve it. They died. Right? If you're in House Telvanni, you know what? The world of assassination, it's dialed up to 11, I guess. Can we persuade you a bit? And oh, look, background. It lit up blue.
I was the rising star of House Telvanni until the barely living Drotha and Gothrin put a stop to my career.
Really? Admire? And now you're in the Mages Guild. Will you tell me about that? No. Huh. How do you know Caius? Okay, how odd. I guess Caius wanted the number of this rising star. Maybe Caius was also, like, flabbergasted with how meteoric this rise truly was. That he was like, shit, I gotta get the number of Ed the man, Ed Thaman, Fast Eddie. I gotta know. He's moving up these ranks in House Telvanni so fast. It's blowing my mind. It's truly blowing my mind. Lyle, I'm sending you out there to Fast Eddie, Ed the man. I need you to find out how he's just rocking everyone's world. I need to know more about this meteoric rise. Yes, the rise of Fast Eddie. Tell me everything you know. This is important spy master work. The Emperor Uriel Septim VII expects a full dossier on Fast Eddie by next Morndas. What the fuck? It's so stupid. Okay, let's get out of here. Right? I thought he would tell us a little bit about, you know, Divayth or our disease or anything, but he really just did not. Maybe that's how he got promoted so quick in House Telvanni. He's a man of few words, but a lot of action. And his favorite action? Not talking to me. Okay. Not talking to people with corprus. You know, it's amazing.
Something to say.
Now that I think of it, it's amazing that people will even trade with you or will interact with you, offer fast travel services while you have corprus.
Yes.
That would have been one heck of a wild foil to the main questline if you had to travel from Narmak out here all the way across to the other fucking side of Vardenfell to Tel Fyr. That would have been buck wild. But you know what? Nobody really gives a shit. People, they're over it. They're over it. And you know what? After the past few years we've had, friends, it makes a lot of sense. Okay. Hey, get away from me. You've got corprus disease. You can't get cured of corprus. Get away. But you will give me fast travel, right? Yeah, you'll send me to Sadrithmore. Thank you.
Can you tell me what this is
There we
about?
go. Let's head on out of here. She's like, there's no cure to corprus. I'll really send you somewhere. Sends me to, like... It sends me to Red Mountain. Wow, y'all can do that? Okay.
Stay out of trouble and you won't get hurt.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Thanks, Imperial Archer. Anything else over here? You gotta love that they got an Imperial Archer up here when ain't no way in hell Morrowind-ass AI is gonna figure out how to shoot you from one of those battlements. Ain't no way in hell anybody in Morrowind is gonna be able to make that shot. They're gonna be like, they'll draw their bowstring and stuff, but they're gonna be like, they're gonna be like this. They're just gonna be running back and forth like this, trying to make the shot. Fuck. How do we get out of here? Please, save me from this. Okay. Whoa. Good. Alright. Now let's quick save. Excellent. And how do we want to get over there? Do we just want to do some levitation shit? I think that's possible. Let's see, over here. Let's ready up. Ooh, how about... I mean, we could fire off our Steel Blade of Heaven. Why not? There we go. Why not? And then that's it dead ahead, correct? Yeah, so now, let's pop on our fantastic boots. There we go. Let's make this bigger. Great. Okay, and then we'll keep an eye down there in the bottom right. Make sure our shit doesn't wear off before we want it to. Uh-oh. We're under attack by something. I'm quick saving just in case. Good. We're fine. Look, we've been along this route before. I don't know, under what premise did we have to travel out to Tel Fyr? I have no idea. Why did we go this way before? I don't think we actually went to Tel Fyr. Maybe this was how we got to the House Telvanni stronghold, to Uverith's grave. Maybe that's how we did that. Oh shit, look, we've already gone past Tel Fyr. Okay. Whew. Too close for comfort. Okay. Let's see, so this should be it. Oh, it's a cliff racer. Okay. There we go. Oh, and this is it. Wonderful, beautiful, love it. Okay, let's go straight down. And let's keep going down a little bit more. And then let's take off the boots. Oh shit, I'm going to equip a whole lot of boots. Oh dear lord. Okay. Oh shit. Okay, let's have this pinned right there. Alright, now what's a good position? There's the boat. Okay. We'll just deftly avoid the cliff... Ooh! There we go. Nailed it. We'll definitely avoid the cliff racer. Cool. And let's see over here. Our silver arrows. Or you know what? Here, let's use some of these. Let's get rid of these real quick. Ba-boom. How about... Well, shit, what can you do? Alright. Let's get the Bone Biter bow. Why not? It's symbolic. Cool. Okay. Great. The Bone Biter bow, it is just a... It is exactly what we would think. It's 1 to 20. And then how's our Demon Longbow? 1 to 25. Okay, yeah. Yep. Alright, good. It doesn't have any extra stats on it. It's just a custom, well, not even custom technically, but a found enchanted weapon. Alright, good. These only ever have one salt trice in them, don't they? I think. Yeah. Still, this would be the place to come and visit if you wanted to get your alchemy going the normal way. Get so many health potions so easily. Oh yeah, look, we could even heal up here with the marshmallow. Oh yeah. Oh, that's good. Okay, well, we're failing to eat most of them, but hey. Oh yeah, there we are. Did we get them all? Maybe. How about this creche weed? Is this creche weed good for eating? I don't know. Okay. How the fuck do we get up there? How do we get inside of this place? Oh, you go around over here. Okay. There we go. Great. Okay, Tel Fyr. Cool. Love it. What's that over there? Like, see, they got so many bits of salt rice and marshmallow growing. It's fantastic. Oh, it's in the lit. Okay. Take care of business. Eat its flesh. There we go. They're gonna think that the corprus has already taken effect. It's already too late for me. I'm starting to eat the flesh of just wild, like, raw game out in the middle of nowhere. Okay. There we go. Okay. Great. Let's see. Hey!
I don't have a lot of patience for questions, Outlander.
Now here's a question. Concerning their names, I know they're in ESO, but I don't remember how they refer to them. When you say their names, do you say their names as they're meant to be inferred? Like, your name, is it Beta? Is her name Beta Fyr? Or is it like Beatty? is it something like that? I don't know. Is it like Bhutanese passport? Is that what's going on here? I don't know. Let's see. We'll just refer to them as what we're supposed to infer from their names. Okay. Hey, Beta Fyr. Have you come to plunder the dungeon? Or have you got corpus disease? Or did you come to see Divayth Fyr? I'm Beta Fyr. I'm the wife of Divayth Fyr. One of them. Sort of. The wife of Divayth Fyr? Yes. Well, not wife in the married sense, but you know. Paramour, consort, something like that. It's a bit awkward, really, because, well, he made us, too. So, though we aren't really his daughters or anything, it's like we're his daughters. Because he made us, you see? Right, yeah, so the whole thing with them is that they're clones, in a sense, of Divayth Fyr. And also they fuck. You know? They fuck. Is that cool, or is that fucked up? I don't know. Just more weird shit going on in Morrowind. I'm not sure if it's cool or fucked up. I don't really know the morality and ethics when it comes to cloning yourself and then fucking yourself, right? I mean, Divayth Fyr, someone asked Divayth Fyr. So back in his youth, when he was just a young Telvanni, he just joined up. He was a fresh magister on the mean streets of Sadrith Moor. Someone, his dorm roommate or whatever, was like, "Hey, Divayth." They were doing a little moon sugar, you know. They were climbing that mountain. They were climbing Moon Sugar Mountain. It's like, "Hey, Divayth, you cloned yourself, and you had sex with your clone. Is that technically masturbation?" And Divayth, he stopped listening after half of it, and he just decided that he was a man on a fucking mission. He was a mer on a mission. He had to find out. He had to find out. Good God. All right. It's not also like specific. Like, it's not just, "Oh yeah, I've cloned you. I've cloned myself." It's not specifically that. It's like, I don't know, he's taken a part of his essence in some way, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure if I'm remembering this correct. It's real fucking strange. It's really fucking strange, because obviously it's not perfect cloning, you know? It's not like, "Oh, I've just created another Divayth Fyr," you know? Obviously, she looks very different from him. It's not even just like, "Oh, she's essentially a twin." You know, we share like very similar genetic structures, except she's female or whatever, something like that. Or like you're playing The Sims and you just like try to convert your sim over to a different gender or something, and it keeps everything roughly the same and all of that. It's not even that, because they all look kind of different too. There's going to be a lot of them. Like she said, one of them. They all look kind of different. They all look kind of... Maybe that's the more apt term. It's not so much cloning, but he's just made like his own fuck party in The Sims, you know? He's just like put himself in The Sims and just like created a household of just people for him to fuck around with. He's just fucking nonstop in this weird ass place. It's incredibly wild. But hey, he's one of the most beloved characters in all of Morrowind. And I think it's because he's such a fucking strange ass old man. He's such a weird old man. All right. At least that's why I personally enjoy him, is because he's such a weird old fuck. All right, let's see. Tell me about Divayth Fyr, the man, the legend. He's up in his study. I hope you can fly. You can't get up there unless you can fly, or have potions. Sorry. Can you fly? Let's see. Corpus disease. Everyone who gets corpus disease comes to our corpusarium. It's not very pleasant, but at least they're all fed and cared for. You know, what if the Corprusarium is a cover for all of this, right? No one ever mentions Caius knew about the Corprusarium and shit like that. Caius knew. But apparently the Corprusarium is such a big deal and it's such a cover that nobody knows the other 3 really important things about this place. Nobody fucking knows that he is cloning and fucking himself in some strange way. He's creating like homunculuses out of himself. That's 1. 2, he's created like a weird death trap that he just watches people try to go through and probably die or catch corpus just for his amusement. He's made some sort of weird sadistic like Rube Goldberg machine from hell. And 3rd, there's a Dwemer guy in here! No one knows this! And in that order, he has things to fall back on. If people are like, wait a minute, who's that weird guy down there in the basement? I just went down there. Who was that? Who was that? That wasn't a Dwemer. He's like, have you seen my wives? Every time it comes up, he brings up something else like, you want to go plunder my dungeon or anything? He just keeps misdirecting and deflecting. His speech, it's maxed out. Maximum personality. You wouldn't believe it if you saw him, right? He's like a horrible old asshole, but, well, plunder the dungeon. You'd be surprised how many people come in here trying to steal Lord Fyr's treasure. So they don't know either. They don't know. He does have quite a collection of relics and artifacts, but he keeps them down in the Corprusarium. And who wants to risk catching corpus disease? Not to mention who wants to get ripped in half. Pity, we don't see many good thieves here, just the stupid ones. Yeah, so they don't know that it's an open invitation, in a sense, to just plunder the dungeon. How fucking wild. What a wild-ass place, huh? Okay. Divayth Fyr would totally run his own game show. Well, I don't know. He wouldn't want the attention, would he? He doesn't strike me as a person who would want that kind of attention. You know, he wouldn't want all that kind of grandstanding. He would create the game show, but just for himself to enjoy. He's the kind of guy who builds his own, like, cable channel with a premium subscription service just so he can subscribe to it himself, right? and watch whatever he has put on in programming, whatever he programmed to come up. And he's producing everything.
Yes, sir.
All right. See? Is it Delta? Or is it Delty? I don't know. Delta Fyr. My name is Delta Fyr. Did you want to see Divayth Fyr? Have you got corpus disease, or are you another questing hero looking to plunder the dungeon? Tell me about Divayth. Lord Fyr is in his study. I'm sure he won't mind being disturbed. We get few visitors here. You can levitate, can't you? The study is on an upper level, accessible only by the central flywell. I'm afraid we aren't set up to accommodate barbarians or peasants. Understand. Go up the ramps to the Hall of Fear, then walk around, looking up until you see a shaft above you. Then levitate, up the shaft, then look for Lord Fyr in his study. They do kind of have their own personalities too, don't they? Yeah. Like, Beta was a lot more, I don't know, skittish. Corprusarium. This is not the Corprusarium. The Corprusarium is in the caverns down below the tower. You just keep going down. You'll want to speak with... Okay. It's supposed to be like Epsilon or Upsilon? Yeah, Epsilon. But it kind of looks like it might also be Oopsie. It kind of might be like oopsies. Like, oh no, Divayth Fyr, you've accidentally made one too many weird sex clones of yourself. Oopsies. Or Vista Kai. They attend to the needs of the corpusarium inmates, victims of the corpus disease. If you go down there, be careful. Many corpus victims are completely mad and quite violent. Also, what a wild, this entire area, what a wild tonal shift as well. You know, it's like, oh, welcome to the weird, goofy shit going on in Morrowind, right? We were just covering so much, like, gravely important stuff. We've just been afflicted by the divine disease. And then we stroll up to here, to the corpusarium, expecting, like, horrors beyond belief. But then half of it is this weird fucking clown show. What a wild tonal shift, right? Which I guess is why it's so fucking memorable as well. And why part of why Divayth Fyr is such a fan favorite. Because he's such a fucking weird, wild-ass old bastard. Alright, plunder the dungeon. Really? Is that what you had in mind? Don't let me discourage you, but you do know that you are almost certain to get corpus disease if you enter the corpusarium. And I hope you understand how frightfully dangerous our inmates can be. And we do have guards, you know, quite good ones. You're free to try, of course, but I don't advise it. Okay. And this should lead into the corpusarium. Yeah, okay. There we are. I forget, is there reason to speak with Vista Kai ahead of time? I'm not sure.
Spit it out or hit the road.
Oh, your case of corpus has worsened. Great. Let's head on down here. Let's speak with Vista Kai real quick. Hey.
We are not fangless, friend.
Okay.
I am Vista Kai, warden of the corpusarium. I am here to warn you. Do not harm the inmates. If you come to plunder the dungeon, you must endure their attacks and take your chances with me, their warden and protector.
I wonder if he specifically hired an Argonian to be the warden, because do you think their innate disease resistance does work against corpus? I have no idea. Maybe he was just fond of Vista Kai. Maybe it's completely unrelated. It's no coincidence whatsoever. Okay. Warden?
I am the guardian and peacekeeper of the corpusarium. I have spent long years in service to Lord Fyr, first as a slave, then as a free hireling, and now as a friend and partner. He has been kind and generous to me, and I take his interests and the interests of those he shelters to heart. The treasures of his dungeon are open to sport, according to Lord Fyr's whim, and you're welcome to try to steal them. But I, too, find great sport in hunting thieves.
Right. I would love to know more about their relationship, you know? Especially with the slave part, right? Exactly how long were you his slave? How did you get from being his slave to being his friend and partner? I would love to know about that. Is this covered in ESO? I don't think so, because I don't think Vista Kai would be alive yet. Yeah, I don't think so. What's the lifespan of Argonians? It can't be over... There's no way it's over 300 years at least, you know? I would say 100 is pushing it for Argonians, you know? Maybe not, though. I have no idea. What is the average lifespan of an Argonian? I have no clue. Let's see. Corpusarium.
Lord Fyr shelters and maintains the victims of corpus disease here in the corpusarium. He does them a great service because no other could or would help them. He also does the world a great service by keeping them here where they can do no harm to others. The inmates are sad, distorted monsters, angry and cruel, and their sufferings are great, but they still live and feel, and I honor Lord Fyr's care and compassion for them.
Except for the part where he turned it into a big game, right? Except for the part where it's a weird game for him. I'm not sure. I feel like they have two very different reads of this. You know, I can't help but feel like Vistakai might have just a tinge of Stockholm Syndrome going on. You know, just a little bit. Right? Okay. Let's see. I mean, it's very much, you know, we did, like, one of the very early Morrowind Mondays, or Morrowind annuals that we did the song with Divayth Fyr. And frankly, the more I thought about it, the more the fucking, like, Divayth Fyr as C. Montgomery Burns and Vistakai as fucking Smithers, it really works out pretty well. You know, what would you say? It maps over shockingly well. Let's see. Endure their attacks.
Do not harm the inmates. I will not tolerate you adding to their suffering. Indeed, they are brutal and ferocious, and they will kill you if they can. But you are their guest, and you may not harm them, or you will answer to me.
I do love this, however, right? At least Vistakai's sort of protective nature over the inmates of the corprusarium. I do really love the continued humanizing. Or do you say humanizing even if they didn't all start out as human? I guess it's just a figure of speech, right? English, huh? Anyway, I do really appreciate that. I think that's really fucking good and cool. All right, little advice.
My notion of the ideal knight is an orc named Dumbuck Grobolak. He serves with the Legion under General Darius up in Nissus. You'll usually find him in the barracks. Look him up. He knows his trade and Vardenfell.
Tell me a secret? Okay, this is just generic stuff. Lore? Oh.
A secret cult called the Six Houses is killing Imperial citizens.
Which is kind of interesting, huh? Do they ever mention the Sixth House here? I'm not sure if they do. If anything, everything at the corprusarium at Tel Fyr, it seems oddly removed from the Sixth House, and yet there should be a massive link because the corpus is sourced from the Sixth House. What is the Six Houses' take on Divayth Fyr, on Tel Fyr, on the corprusarium? How do they feel about this? Really interesting, you know? I feel like there was a lot of potential for something there, but I'm almost positive it never fucking comes up. Right? I don't think so. I guess we'll find out here before too long, but yeah. Really odd. Like, you would think there would be some delicious kind of intrigue, but I have no fucking clue. Huh. Weird. Especially if the Six House is specifically looking at Divayth Fyr, right? They could see him as definitely some kind of an asshole, making a game, making a show of this serious thing, except it's serious in a different manner. Not in that, like, oh, these are people who are, like, gravely wounded and everything. They've contracted this horrible illness that is divine in nature and is incurable. But to them, it's meant to be, like, a means of salvation, you know? And Divayth Fyr has essentially made a mockery of their faith. Of the faith that they have put into Dagoth Ur, huh? I don't know. And at the very least, Divayth Fyr, even if they don't see it as a mockery, Divayth Fyr has definitely put up a means to researching and trying to understand, or at bare minimum, at containing somewhat the corpus disease. He has made a way of somehow containing it. Fascinating. Yeah, That seems like such uncharted territory. Oh, man, I would love it so much if Divayth Fyr or one of his wife-daughter homunculi turned up in Elder Scrolls 6 or something along. I feel like it is ripe for potential, you know? Like, even if they're just a side character who like, oh yeah, there's a really smart wizard and it happens to be one of the Fyrs, you know? We need the help of one of these wizard lords from long ago. Okay. Because they could definitely survive, right? There's definitely a reason why they could survive. Well, like, Divayth Fyr should have been dead a while ago, but is using, like, fucked up necromantic magic or something along those lines to sustain his life longer than should be the case, right? Which is also the case with a lot of Telvanni magisters. But in that same sense, so too could his daughter-wife homunculi do a similar thing in a similar fashion, right? So they could definitely show up at any point in the future, you know? I would fucking love it. Easy fan service if they want to give it to us. Easy. Easy. So easy to fucking write in if they want. Your trade. You're a knight, okay? Plunder the dungeon.
For his own amusement, Divayth Fyr permits thieves to test their skills by attempting to steal the treasures he keeps below in the corprusarium. The dangers are fearful, the inmates are savage, and they carry the most terrible disease on Tamriel. The treasures themselves are guarded by traps and terrors, and the guards, myself chief among them, will take great delight in trying to kill you. Those are the rules. Abide by them or leave.
That's another good question. After you finish the main storyline of Morrowind, what canonically happens to those afflicted with corprus? I don't think it's cured. They're still afflicted with it. It's still all going on, right? Do they all... I guess they could all theoretically get wiped out from the Red Year. It's possible. But I feel like just as well, there's a good chance that Divayth Fyr survives the Red Year, and at least one of his daughter-wife homunculi survive. And I would assume that they would also ensure the safety and survival of at least one corprus inmate. Maybe one very specific one, I don't know, but I feel like they're already not doing too well, you know, once we get to them. Okay, good talk, Visakai. Let's head on out over here. Okay. Now that is locked up tight. We'll come back to that later. I think there's a... I think behind this one there's a person in there. There's a person completely unrelated to all of this in there, I want to say. If I remember correctly. There's just somebody in there. We'll come back to it later. Let's head on over here. The Hall of Fear. Anything else of interest here? Book of Dawn and Dusk. Alright, Servant Skulls. Grim. Bleak. Okay. Skooma, yep, of course. A whole bunch of the nasty corprus weepings. It is, like I said, it is very important to understand, although he is a fan favorite, he is like a fucked up guy, right? He's like morally reprehensible. He's not a nice person. He's just kind of a I guess he would be described... What would you say if you had to assign like a D&D alignment to him? I don't think he's lawful evil. I wouldn't go so far as to say he's evil. But I feel like neutral is pushing it. Maybe he's just chaotic neutral or something? Is he actually, or maybe he's true neutral? I don't know. It's gotta be neutral something. There's no way he's good. Evil seems like he would be working, like I don't know. Maybe it's just my own like Morrowind fandom getting in the way to not mark him down as evil, right? Because of course, certainly I have my own biases in favor of most shit in Morrowind, right? It's got to be acknowledged. Okay, let's see over here. Let us equip. Well, here we've got our little hootenanny here, Yeah, let's equip this. Up we go. Let's see. Oh, there's the man. Let's go over and check around real quick, though. Hey there.
Yes, sir.
Tel Fyr. I suppose you want to speak to Divayth Fyr. Have you got corprus disease, or were you planning to plunder the dungeon? Divayth Fyr. He's in his study. He's busy. He's always busy. Corprus? If you've got the disease, go down to the dungeon with all the other monsters. Is that what they always say whenever a monster... How do they get them here? How do they get them here? I don't even... There's so many questions. You know what? So many questions I never thought of about the, like, logistics and how the rest of Tel Fyr relates to everything else in Morrowind. Like, the corprusarium seems like it's public knowledge. Why is the temple not interested in the divine disease and all of that? How come they're not also on site trying to study this shit? Are they just so grief-stricken, or they don't care, or what's going on? Right? It's so wild and weird to me. You know, because, right, after what we went through with House Lalu, so much of it seems very smartly crafted and considered. Meanwhile, like, in the main quest, yeah, it's really good shit, but then out of nowhere, Tel Fyr, the corprusarium, exists and throws such a wild wrench into shit. And I don't think... Like, it's not even that it's brushed off so much, it's that those links, those threads, there's obviously places where they would be there, but they just aren't. Right? Maybe they had to cut it for the sake of time, right? Maybe they didn't have time for it, and they were just like, oh, you can just write it off. It's just a weird, wacky place, you know. It's just for fun. I don't know. I'd love to find out more or some shit. Okay, plunder the dungeon. You're smart. Get corprus disease, get killed by corprus monsters, get killed by Vista Kai. A very good plan. Plunder the dungeon of a 4,000-year-old wizard. What could be easier? Right. Okay. Yeah, like I said, he's far older than I think he might be one of the oldest mortals alive. I think. I mean, at this point, is he technically even... Well, I guess you can kill him by normal means. I guess it depends on your definition of mortality and immortality in the wild and wonderful world of the Elder Scrolls. Okay, right. And there's definitely some good shit in this armoire. This cupboard. These drawers. Okay. Let's speak to old Divayth Fyr. Look, he's reading his book next to his big humming crystal. Of course.
What now?
Hey.
Say, that's an interesting Dwemer piece you have there. What can you tell me about it?
Offer the Dwemer artifact as a gift. Politely show him the piece, then put it away. Here, do you want this?
A gift from me? How thoughtful and shrewd. I suppose you know I am a collector, and that such a gift is bound to please me. I congratulate you on your diplomatic skills. So, why have you tried to butter me up? Come to consult the great Divayth Fyr? You have the divine disease? Want to plunder the dungeon, or leer at my daughters?
Tell me about your daughters.
Not bad for something born in a jar, eh?
Fuck.
Charming and talented. Not daughters, really. A little project. A side benefit of my researches into corprus disease. Made them myself from my own flesh. Nice, aren't they? Alpha Fyr, Beta Fyr, Delta Fyr, and Oopsie Fyr. Quite a comfort to me in my old age. Ha ha! I fuck them.
What the fuck? Oh, man. See, this is, made in a jar. Also as a side benefit of researching corprus. How fucking wild. You know? How fucking wild. Okay, let's see. How about you tell me about each of them? Tell me about Alpha.
Alpha Fyr is the sharpest of my girls in wit and tongue. Gets on my nerves sometimes, but conflict is the spice of life.
Beta Fyr?
Beta Fyr is the sweet one, eager to please and be pleased. An excellent cook and a lovely singing voice.
Delta Fyr? Do you think this implies that he also has a lovely singing voice? As we all know, it's true. He does. Let's see. Delta Fyr.
Delta Fyr is the efficient one, organized and orderly. She acts as our steward, manages accounts, maintains supplies, keeps the tower and corprusarium running.
All right. I like to imagine that each one of them embodies some part of his own personality, right? Which I do like. I do like to imagine that in his early days, he was he was also a bit of a sweetie. Right, but time and age, it has worn on him. He's become a cynical, weird old fuck of a man. Let's see, tell me about Upsilon.
Oopsie Fyr is the girl with the biggest heart. She takes care of the inmates of the corprusarium and helps with my researches.
Oh, that sounds like she's also sweet. Okay, well, sure. Okay, let's see. How about your warden?
Vista Kai, the Argonian, is my warden of the corprusarium. Quite a fighter, tough as nails, self-taught. Works out with my daughters, who are no slouches at the martial arts themselves. Vista Kai was one of the last of my slaves. Freed him and he wouldn't leave. Kept him on as a hireling, then made him my partner. Excellent fellow, fine companion. Not an intellectual, you understand, but good company for me and my daughters.
Yeah, see, he has like a grim outlook. It's such a fucking Mr. Burns and Smithers relationship, isn't it? I swear. It was a complete accident when I came up with the fucking song all those years ago, but it worked out shockingly well. Alright, let's see. The Divine Disease.
The magical principles of corpus disease are elusive and miraculous, far more subtle and powerful than any conventional sorcery or enchantment. I'm persuaded that it is in some manner the cure or blessing of a god, perhaps both a curse.
Oh, curse. I said cure.
Perhaps both a curse and a blessing. The victim, of course, cannot appreciate the marvelous nature of corpus. It saps the mind and destroys the body. But to a wizard, it is a profound and glorious mystery, a riddle worth a long lifetime of study.
Okay, how about... Tell me more about corpus itself. Corpus disease.
How interesting. Did you know that corpus makes you immune to disease? Have you ever heard of the prophecies of the Neverine? Ashlanders say that the Neverine will be immune to disease. I've always thought, maybe I have the Neverine down in my corprusarium and I don't even know it.
What an asshole. See, what a horrible old asshole. You gotta love him.
The Neverine is a fat, disgusting corpus monster and mad as a marsh rat. Wouldn't that be funny?
I don't even know what a marsh rat is, dude. Explain that you may fulfill the Neverine prophecies. Tell me you know nothing about the Neverine prophecies. Oh, Divayth Fyr, it might be me. I might be the Neverine.
That's a fascinating story you tell. So, you might be the Neverine. Means nothing, of course. Corpus victims have all sorts of delusions, but let me think. I've got a potion. In theory, it should cure corpus. Doesn't work, though. Probably kill you. Killed all my test subjects, but you've got nothing to lose. Before I give it to you, I want you to look around below in the corprusarium. Know what's in store if you don't take the potion. And while you're there, I want you to pick up a pair of boots from a victim. Calls himself Yagram Bagan, my oldest patient. Handy fellow. Fixes things for me. Bring the boots back, and then you can have the potion.
Right. Interesting. I wonder... Huh. Like, does he knowingly send us? He must knowingly send us to Yagrum with us wanting to be like, oh shit, you're Yagrum Bagarn? What the fuck? Yeah. Wild. Interesting. All right. Very fascinating. Let's see. How about tell me more about the corprusarium? There we go.
I collect victims of the divine disease in my corprusarium, in the caverns beneath my tower. Poor devils, wretched existence, constant pain, ferocious appetites and passions, no reason at all. Mad as marsh rats, but marvelous too in their own way. Completely immune to disease. Live forever, barring accidents. Ancient wizards need projects to keep them occupied, and the corprusarium is mine.
I wonder if he is researching corpus as a means of extending his own longevity, right? Rather than using wizard's magic, this could be used in place of it. Huh. Alright, corpus disease.
Yes, I know you've got corpus disease, but did you get the boots I sent you to get? Because I'm not giving you any potion until you've given me the boots.
Okay. How about the
Well, did you get my boots? No boots, no potion.
How about your Dwemer piece?
Thank you for the gift.
Plunder the dungeon?
When you live for thousands of years, you need a hobby. Something you love always sparks your interest. I collect treasures and invite thieves to steal them. I'm a collector and a sportsman. I collect enchanted items and ancient artifacts. Have quite a few Dwemer pieces, and as a sportsman, I love letting thieves try to steal my well-guarded treasures. Only a few rules. 1, don't hurt the inmates. 2, don't hurt my daughters. My warden and guards can look out for themselves.
He doesn't have a rule against hurting his warden, though. What the fuck? Okay. Potion.
Yes, as I said, go down into the corprusarium. Find an inmate named Yagrum Bagarn. Get a pair of boots from him. Then bring them back to me and I'll give you a potion that will cure you of corpus, I think.
Tell me about this inmate.
Yagrum Bagarn is my oldest corpus victim. You'll find him in the bowels of the corprusarium. Interesting case.
Okay. I think he wants you to see. It's like he's flexing on you, right? He's collected a person. This is what it is. He has collected a person, and he wants to show them off too.
What was that?
It was me, Lyle Schnub. Woo! Look at me go. All right, yeah, very fascinating stuff. I would almost say maybe Divayth Fyr's characterization is like half C. Montgomery Burns and half Ozymandias from Watchmen. Because the thing about Burns is that he is actually worthless and incompetent beyond all belief. Like he's terrible. He's actually kind of an idiot. He's just ruthlessly evil and shit, right? But maybe like the Ozymandias, especially from the Watchmen TV show, I would say, which amazing TV show if you haven't seen it. Holy shit, it's so good, the TV show. Wow. But especially as portrayed by, oh fuck, I don't even remember the actor's name, but he did such a great job in it as Ozymandias. But either way, probably closer to that, you know? Probably, it's like if Ozymandias had a well, you know what? Hey, you should watch the show. You know what? Honestly, wow. You know what? I just got thinking, wow, definitely watch the show, because now that I'm thinking about it, maybe that's closer to it than the truth, than everything. Oh my god, now that I think of it, yeah, holy shit. Wow, I'm connecting a lot of dots. Without spoiling anything in the show, oh my god, I've connected so many dots just now purely accidentally. With, wow, yeah, there's a lot going on there. All right, Divayth Fyr is a lot closer to Ozymandias than from the Watchmen television show than anybody that I can think of now. Like, holy shit. It's remarkable how close it is. Okay, yeah, great. when next we come back, we will plunge into the dungeon. And we will check out all that shit. Also, before we do that, maybe we should check out everything outside of here? Or do we want to do that on our way back? Maybe we do that on the way back after we've sorted through all the talking and retrieving of boots. Yeah, maybe that's a good idea. All right, when next we come back, Corprusarium time, and then treasure plundering. Huh? Seems like a great plan. Good plan, great plan, I think so. Until next time, please take care of each other.